Business ownership is the best way to build wealth, and buying a business is the fastest way to get there. Once a week, we're going to bring you some of the shenanigans that we find while evaluating businesses for clients. So in this one, we're looking at a business in the food service industry. Now, they just had a large number of add backs for a large dollar amount. So an add back would be anything that was treated as an expense that was really a personal item for the owner. So if they ran their cell phone through the business, or if the business paid for their car, or something like that. That's something that the expense wasn't part of the regular running of that company. Now, it's not our job to be the morality judge of what they're doing. It's our job to figure out exactly how much cash flow this business is going to generate. So now the big issue with this business is all these expenses that they wanted us to add back were never actually expensed. So really, they were just ads rather than add backs. And basically, it overstated the earnings power of the business by about 30% because of those just adds to the cash flow. So we find this and we see that there's no way that these were actually treated as an expense. We call the broker to kind of ask, what's going on? Can you maybe show us where these were expense so that we can add them back in? Trying to be somewhat polite. And he basically calls me a moron and says, I don't understand accounting. And then he proceeds to say that the buyer is not qualified to buy the business because he only has $250,000 to put down for what was going to be a $750,000 business. We had already connected this owner with a bank. The bank really wanted to work with him. His credit score was over 800. He had high income from other sources. He's the ideal borrower as far as the bank's concerned. And they've even explicitly put in writing that they would do this particular deal with 5% down, which is a little less than $40,000. And of course, that's assuming we could verify the business made the money they say they do. We had this happen to a client not too long ago where a broker turned them away, said they didn't have enough money to buy the business when really the bank says otherwise. The bank is happy to work with that person. They have plenty of money for the down payment. But for some reason, brokers like to put a higher bar than the bank. I think it is just because they want to make sure there's a 100% chance that the loan's going to go through. They don't want to work with somebody with, say, a 99% chance or anything less than 100. So sometimes their level of criteria that they say is just many, many multiples higher than what is actually required. I mean, really what I look at on whether someone's qualified is, one, their qualifications as, what skills do they have? Really, their credit score is more important than the down payment. Brokers focus a lot on the down payment and assets. If we find a really good business and someone's short on a down payment, we'll find the money. The money's easier to find than a really good business. So reach out if you want to talk more. Let us know if you have any questions or types of businesses you want us to cover.